Good morning, guys. Okay, so I have a lot of new gals, and they're learning how to set up their Facebook events. And I did a YouTube video showing how to get to post my party, but since post my party's down, I decided just to do a training video on just setting up the Facebook event. So that is what this is. Let me share my screen. So the first thing you want to do is I always have my Consultants Corner pulled up just so I can verify my URL that you would have already created. Now for me, I set up my Facebook events the same day I invite my co-host. For the new gals, I have trained you guys to do that sooner. So when it's time for you to do that, you can eventually get to where you just do it on the same day. Thursdays are the day for me that I set up all my new parties because Friday I know my pre-party posts are going to begin. So today's Thursday. So I'm setting up all of my June 4th parties today. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go to events. You want to click create event. And it's always going to be private. To upload a photo, I have mine already saved, but you can go to Marketing Images. While you're in Consultants Corner, you can go to Marketing Images. And you can scroll down here to Social. You can look for the one that says Social Product and Recipe Covers. Me personally, I just like to use the guest special. So here's your host and guest specials, and you will need to print those off too whenever you send your host packets. For my host packet, I have been sending this one instead of this one because this is the order form, plus it shows the special, and it makes my envelope way less. So I can send my envelope like $3.55 because it doesn't go over the limit. And that's 2 catalogs, that's 3 order forms because they can copy them if they need to. Half of my hosts don't use all 5 whenever I'm used to send those. So I send 3 of those, 2 catalogs. I send the host special and the Taste Great brochure. Okay, so this is the cover photo. This is one I have saved in my computer. And I have folders saved. So I have a host and guest special saved, and I just have every month. So this is my June guest cover. So that's going to go right there. Now for the event name, you can name it whatever you want to. I personally like to use a little food emoji, and the reason being is because now that we are manually posting, I have tabs up here of all my parties. So these are my May 28th parties sitting up here, okay? They have their own little flower emoji. So whenever I have my next set of tabs started tomorrow, I want those to be separated so I know one set is pre-party and one set is last day of party. So I just use this. I just do emoji cheat sheet, and I'm going to do the grapes. So you just right click on it, copy, paste it. And I'm not very original. I just use the person's name. So Jenny's virtual pampered chef party. Location, I just always use 24/7 online. You can put online, put on your couch, in your home, whatever you want to put. It's going to, after you type it in, it's going to pop up this. Let me do that again. It's going to do all of this mess down here at the bottom. But as soon as you click out of it, it'll let, because it's making it look like you can't use this unless you just click just use 24/7 online. I just literally click out of the box and it's fine. Now for the Facebook event, you're only going to use the 5 days, so June 4th through June 8th. And I always start at 7 a.m. and I end 11:59 p.m. Description, all of you will either see in the files the host coaching doc, or if you're my personal team, I have emailed that to you in a training email, but you will have that pulled up. And it's this very first one that says party details. And now I have already changed the date to Saturday, June 9th for cards being processed, because you want to make sure everybody is aware of that. Some people don't want to order because they think as soon as they enter their card information, it's going to process the card. So this is giving them a reminder of that. So you just copy that. You're going to paste it right here in the details. And now you have to change the URL. So this is asking you to put in the host personal show site. You have to type in the host name here, the host name here, and their site again here. So what you can do just to make sure, because this has to match exactly what you put in Consultants Corner, okay? So you would go to My Shows. And you can narrow it down. I don't know if you guys have realized that, but you can narrow down your dates. So if you just want to look at June 4th, you can just do that. You can also do a search by name. And then you can click the 3 black dots. You can click here where it says Edit Party Page. This is your show page, and this is where you would have typed in the URL down here. So I know all of mine are the first name and 0604 for June 4th parties. And if you guys are using my show planners, I write that on here, right here. And I have these in front of me. And then down here at the bottom, I'll check it off after I've set up the Facebook event. So if you're not using the show planners, I highly recommend that you do, because it just helps everything stay organized. And for me personally, I need to have organization. So after this go, just mark off those 3 dots and just put the last part of this URL. You can copy and paste it if you want to. I just type it in there. Then you want to make sure you remove all these that say host and put their name. I don't do that before I copy and paste it, because I'm afraid I'm going to forget to change it for the next party. And I would rather forget to remove host versus forgetting to remove somebody else's name. So I just leave that like this. It's okay for the date, because you can go back in and edit that, no problem. But the name, you want to make sure you don't mess them up. You want to put the link again here. That's it. It's as simple as that, you guys. All this is copy and pasting. So at this point, you're going to create the private event, and you would have already done that. If you're following my training, you would have already done that prior to today, because I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't do it the day of. Eventually, you can certainly do that. The next step you'll want to do is you'll want to go in and edit the party. So you'll go back to, if you've already created the event, you'll go back into the event, you'll click edit, scroll down to the bottom, and here's where you add your co-host. And click save. After you're done adding all of your co-hosts, then that's when you're going to go in and do your group message, but we're going to do this first. Now, this is something that is new for Consultants Corner. After you set up the Facebook event, you can put the URL in here for the Facebook event. So while you are on the Facebook event, you can go up to the browser bar and you can copy that link. You can paste it in here and save it. So that's something new, and it's very cool. I'm really digging that. Okay, so that one is done. So the next step that you will do is you will put all of your hosts into a private message. And if you guys have never done a group private message before, sorry, see all in Messenger is what I do. And you just click edit, start typing in their name. type in the other girls' names, and then you're going to pull up your host coaching doc again, and you're going to find the one that says initial PM when event is created the day before the pre-party. So you're going to copy all of this. This is giving them all of their information that the Facebook party is set up. They need to invite between 150 to 200 people, but to only do it 10 at a time. This way you're covered, because if they come back to you and say, hey, Facebook locked me out, it's probably because they've sent too many at one time. And this way you can say, that's why I put that on there. Because once Facebook blocks them from sending those invites, they have to just wait until Facebook lifts that block. So it may not even be until the day of the party. So you could go the whole 3-day pre-party without being able to invite anybody. So that part of it is very important. So you'll copy and paste that into the message and click send, and then follow the rest of the training in the group. So I hope that helps you guys. And I hope you all have a very successful parties. Have a good day. Bye.